Do you know that Sarah, a 67-year-old retired nurse from Ohio, thought she was making the healthiest choice possible every morning? For 3 years, she started each day with what her doctor had recommended as a heart-healthy drink. She felt proud of herself, believing she was taking control of her diabetes and doing everything right. But when Sarah went for her quarterly checkup last month, her doctor's face told a different story. Her blood sugar levels had been climbing steadily, and her A1C was now dangerously high. The doctor was puzzled because Sarah had been following her diet plan religiously, taking her medications on time and exercising regularly. It wasn't until they sat down and went through Sarah's daily routine that the shocking truth emerged. The very drink she thought was protecting her health was actually sabotaging it. In fact, it was spiking her blood sugar higher than a slice of chocolate cake. Sarah broke down in tears that day. She felt betrayed, confused and angry. How could something labeled as healthy, something recommended by healthcare professionals, something marketed specifically to seniors, be slowly destroying her health? Unfortunately, Sarah's story isn't unique. Millions of seniors across the country are unknowingly consuming drinks that are marketed as healthy alternatives but are actually blood sugar bombs waiting to explode in their systems. These beverages are hiding in plain sight, sitting on grocery store shelves with labels that scream natural, heart-healthy, and perfect for seniors. Today, I'm going to reveal the 3 most dangerous drinks that seniors are consuming daily, thinking they're making healthy choices. These aren't the obvious culprits like soda or energy drinks. These are the sneaky ones, the wolves in sheep's clothing that have fooled even the most health-conscious seniors. Before we dive deep into this critical information that could literally save your life, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell me where you're watching from today, and if you've ever had a surprising blood sugar spike that you couldn't explain. Your experience might help other viewers realize they're not alone in this struggle. And please hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. This information is too important to miss, and I want to make sure you never fall victim to these hidden health traps again. Now let's start with the first drink that's causing havoc in senior communities across the nation, and you probably have it in your refrigerator right now. The first dangerous drink that's destroying senior health is something that sounds so innocent, so pure, so natural that most people would never question it. In fact, when Margaret, a 73-year-old grandmother from Texas, told her endocrinologist that she was drinking this every day, he initially praised her choice. I'm talking about 100% fruit juice. Yes, you heard that right. That bottle of orange juice, apple juice, or cranberry juice that you reach for every morning, thinking you're getting your daily dose of vitamins and antioxidants, is actually flooding your bloodstream with sugar faster than your body can handle it. Let me tell you Margaret's story because it perfectly illustrates how devastating this seemingly innocent choice can be. Margaret had been managing her type 2 diabetes fairly well for 5 years. She followed her meal plan, took her metformin religiously, and walked 3 miles every morning. But she had one habit that she thought was helping her health. Every morning with breakfast, Margaret would drink a large glass of 100% pure orange juice. She chose the expensive, organic, no sugar-added variety because she wanted the best for her health. She reasoned that since it was just fruit and had vitamin C, it was better than taking supplements. For months, Margaret couldn't understand why her morning blood sugar readings were consistently high, often spiking to 180 or even 200 mg/dL 2 hours after breakfast. She blamed it on her age, her genes, anything but the orange juice that was sitting right there on her breakfast table. The truth is that 1 8-ounce glass of orange juice contains approximately 21 grams of sugar and 26 grams of carbohydrates. But here's the kicker that most seniors don't realize. When you drink fruit juice, you're essentially mainlining sugar directly into your bloodstream without any of the fiber that would normally slow down absorption. When you eat a whole orange, The fiber creates a barrier that slows down how quickly the sugar enters your blood. Your pancreas has time to respond gradually, producing insulin at a manageable pace. But when you drink orange juice, all that sugar hits your system like a tidal wave. Dr. Robert Thompson, an endocrinologist with over 30 years of experience treating diabetic seniors, explains it this way. When a senior drinks fruit juice, especially on an empty stomach or first thing in the morning, it's like injecting sugar directly into their veins. The pancreas, which is already working harder due to age-related insulin resistance, gets overwhelmed trying to produce enough insulin to handle this massive sugar load. But the problem goes deeper than just the immediate blood sugar spike. Regular consumption of fruit juice can lead to what doctors call pancreatic exhaustion. Your pancreas, which has been faithfully producing insulin for 60, 70 or 80 years, simply can't keep up with the constant demand that fruit juice creates. This is exactly what happened to Frank, a 78-year-old retired mechanic from Michigan. Frank had been pre-diabetic for years, but his doctor told him he could manage it with diet and exercise. Frank took this advice seriously and made what he thought were smart choices. He eliminated soda completely and replaced it with apple juice because he'd read that apples were good for heart health. He drank 2 large glasses every day, one with lunch and one as an afternoon snack. Frank figured that if apples were healthy, apple juice must be even better because it was concentrated nutrition. Within 6 months, Frank's fasting blood sugar had jumped from 110 mdl to 145 mdl, and his doctor had to start him on diabetes medication. Frank was devastated. He'd been trying so hard to be healthy, but the very drink he thought was helping him had pushed him over the edge into full-blown diabetes. The science behind this is startling. Research published in the British Medical Journal followed over 187,000 people for more than 20 years and found that people who consumed 1 or more servings of fruit juice daily had a 21% higher risk of developing type 2 diabetes compared to those who consumed less than 1 serving per month. But here's what makes this particularly dangerous for seniors. As we age, our bodies become naturally less efficient at processing sugar. The insulin receptors in our cells become less sensitive, meaning it takes more insulin to do the same job. When you combine this natural age-related change with the sugar bomb that is fruit juice, you create a perfect storm for blood sugar chaos. Even more concerning is the fact that many seniors are drinking fruit juice specifically because they believe it's a healthy choice. They've eliminated soda, cut back on desserts, and are genuinely trying to make better decisions. But the marketing machine behind fruit juice has convinced them that 100% natural and no sugar added means healthy. The reality is that whether the sugar comes from added corn syrup or from concentrated fruit, your body processes it exactly the same way. In fact, many fruit juices contain more sugar per ounce than cola. A 12-ounce glass of apple juice contains 39 grams of sugar, while the same amount of Coca-Cola contains 39 grams. They're virtually identical in terms of their impact on your blood sugar. Patricia, a 69-year-old teacher from California, learned this lesson the hard way. She had replaced her morning coffee with cranberry juice because she'd heard it was good for urinary health. What she didn't realize was that most commercial cranberry juice is loaded with additional sugars because pure cranberry juice is too tart for most people to drink. Patricia was consuming 45 grams of sugar every morning before 8 a.m., and she couldn't understand why she felt tired and sluggish by 10 a.m. Her blood sugar was spiking to dangerous levels and then crashing, leaving her feeling weak, dizzy, and craving more sugar. The solution isn't to eliminate fruit from your diet entirely. Whole fruits are still beneficial because they contain fiber, which slows sugar absorption, and they provide essential vitamins and minerals. But fruit juice, even the healthy varieties, should be treated like liquid candy. If you're currently drinking fruit juice regularly, I'm not suggesting you go cold turkey immediately. That can lead to cravings and make you more likely to reach for other sugary options. Instead, start by diluting your juice with water. Mix half juice with half water, then gradually reduce the juice portion over time. Even better, try infusing plain water with fresh fruit slices. You'll get the flavor you're craving without the sugar overload. Lemon water, cucumber water, or water with a few berries can satisfy your taste buds while keeping your blood sugar stable. But fruit juice isn't the only drink that's fooling seniors into thinking they're making healthy choices. The second dangerous drink on our list is even more insidious because it's specifically marketed to health-conscious older adults as a wellness solution. The second drink that's silently sabotaging senior health is one that millions of older adults consume daily, believing they're making a smart choice for their bones, their hearts, and their overall wellness. It's sitting in the refrigerator sections of every grocery store, often right next to the milk and yogurt, sending the message that it belongs in the same healthy category. I'm talking about flavored milk alternatives, particularly those marketed as heart-healthy or bone-strengthening options like vanilla almond milk, chocolate oat milk, and sweetened soy milk. Let me share David's story because it perfectly illustrates how these seemingly innocent choices can derail even the most disciplined health routines. David is a 71-year-old retired accountant from Florida who was diagnosed with high cholesterol 3 years ago. His cardiologist recommended that he switch from regular milk to plant-based alternatives to reduce his saturated fat intake. David, being the methodical person he was, researched extensively and chose vanilla almond milk because the packaging promised 50% more calcium than dairy milk and heart-healthy fats. He felt confident in his choice and began adding it to his morning cereal, using it in his coffee, and even drinking a glass before bed because he'd read that calcium was better absorbed at night. For 8 months, David diligently consumed 3 to 4 servings of vanilla almond milk daily. He was proud of himself for making this healthy switch and even recommended it to his friends at the senior center. But when David went for his routine physical, his doctor delivered shocking news. His fasting blood sugar had jumped from 95 mg/dL to 128 mg/dL, officially putting him in the pre-diabetic range. David was confused and frustrated. He'd been so careful about his diet, had eliminated processed foods, and was exercising regularly. How could his blood sugar be climbing when he was making healthier choices? The answer was hiding in plain sight on the nutrition label of his beloved vanilla almond milk. Each 8-ounce serving contained 16 grams of added sugar, which means David was consuming up to 64 grams of added sugar daily just from his milk alternative, not counting any other foods he ate. To put this in perspective, the American Heart Association recommends that men consume no more than 36 grams of added sugar per day total. David was getting nearly double that amount from what he believed was a health food. But the problem with flavored milk alternatives goes beyond just the added sugar content. These products are specifically formulated to taste good, which means manufacturers add various forms of sugar, cane sugar, brown rice syrup, agave nectar, coconut sugar, and dozens of other sweeteners that all have the same effect on your blood glucose levels. Dr. Lisa Chen, a geriatrician who specializes in diabetes management in seniors, explains the deception this way. These milk alternatives are marketed using health halos. The packaging emphasizes the calcium, the protein, the heart-healthy fats, but buried in small print on the nutrition facts panel is the reality that many of these products contain more sugar than a candy bar. The timing of consumption makes this problem even worse for seniors. Many older adults drink these milk alternatives first thing in the morning when their bodies are most sensitive to blood sugar spikes, or late at night when their metabolism is slowest and least able to handle the sugar load. Consider Eleanor's experience. Eleanor is a 74-year-old widow from Oregon who lives alone and prides herself on maintaining her independence. After her husband passed away 2 years ago, she became more focused on her health, knowing that she needed to stay strong to continue living on her own. Eleanor's doctor had recommended that she increase her protein intake to prevent muscle loss, so she started drinking chocolate oat milk every morning because it advertised 3 grams of protein per serving. What Eleanor didn't realize was that the same serving contained 19 grams of sugar, mostly from added cane sugar and brown rice syrup. Eleanor noticed that she was feeling tired and foggy in the late mornings, often needing a nap by 11 a.m. She attributed this to grief and aging, never connecting it to the blood sugar roller coaster she was experiencing every day. Her morning chocolate oat milk was spiking her blood sugar to dangerous levels, followed by a crash that left her exhausted and craving more sugar. The situation became critical when Eleanor started adding granola to her oat milk, thinking she was creating a power breakfast. The combination of sugary milk alternative plus honey-sweetened granola was delivering over 40 grams of sugar before 8 a.m., setting her up for a day of blood sugar instability. What makes this particularly tragic is that Eleanor was genuinely trying to take care of herself. She'd eliminated ice cream, cut back on cookies, and was choosing what she believed were healthy alternatives. But the marketing messages around these milk alternatives had convinced her that plant-based automatically meant healthy. The truth is that unsweetened versions of these milk alternatives can be genuinely healthy choices for seniors. Plain, unsweetened almond milk contains only 1–2 grams of naturally occurring sugar per serving. Unsweetened soy milk provides high-quality protein without added sugars, but the flavored versions are essentially sugar water with a few added nutrients. Here's what makes this problem particularly insidious. Many seniors don't realize they're consuming added sugar because these products don't taste overly sweet like soda or candy. The sugar is masked by other flavors and the creamy texture, making it easy to consume large quantities without triggering the "this is too sweet" warning that might come with more obvious sugar sources. Research published in the Journal of Nutrition found that adults over 65 who consumed flavored milk alternatives had significantly higher rates of blood sugar spikes compared to those who chose unsweetened versions or dairy milk. The study followed 1,200 seniors for 2 years and found that those consuming sweetened plant-based milks had a 34% higher risk of developing insulin resistance. The impact extends beyond just blood sugar. Regular consumption of these hidden sugar sources can contribute to weight gain, particularly around the midsection, where seniors are already prone to accumulating fat due to hormonal changes. This abdominal weight gain further worsens insulin resistance, creating a vicious cycle. Thomas, a 68-year-old retired teacher from Nevada, experienced this firsthand. He'd switched to vanilla soy milk to help with his cholesterol, consuming 2 large glasses daily. Over the course of a year, Thomas gained 15 pounds despite maintaining his regular exercise routine. His waist size increased by 3 inches and his energy levels plummeted. When Thomas finally read the nutrition label carefully, he was shocked to discover that his daily soy milk consumption was adding 480 calories and 60 grams of sugar to his diet. He'd essentially been drinking 2 cans of soda every day while believing he was making a healthy choice. The solution here is simpler than many seniors realize. If you enjoy the taste and convenience of milk alternatives, simply choose the unsweetened versions. Yes, they require an adjustment period as your taste buds adapt to less sweetness, but this adaptation typically takes only 1 to 2 weeks. You can also add your own flavoring in controlled amounts. A dash of vanilla extract, a sprinkle of cinnamon, or a few drops of stevia can provide flavor without the blood sugar impact. Some seniors find that mixing half unsweetened and half sweetened initially helps them transition more easily. But even making this switch might not be enough to protect your health if you're consuming the third dangerous drink on our list. This final beverage is perhaps the most shocking because it's not only marketed as healthy, but it's often recommended by healthcare providers and served in hospitals and senior care facilities. The third and perhaps most shocking drink that's devastating senior health is one that's not just marketed as healthy, but is actually prescribed by doctors, served in hospitals, and recommended by dietitians. It's a drink that sits in the pharmacy section of your grocery store, often right next to the vitamins and medical supplies, giving it an aura of medical legitimacy. I'm talking about nutritional supplement drinks, those protein-packed, vitamin-fortified beverages that promise to support senior health, boost energy, and provide complete nutrition in an easy-to-consume format. Let me tell you about Robert, a 75-year-old retired construction worker from Arizona whose story will shock you and probably make you reconsider everything you think you know about these health drinks. Robert had been dealing with some weight loss and decreased appetite following a minor surgery 6 months ago. His doctor, concerned about his nutrition status, recommended that he start drinking 2 nutritional supplement shakes daily to help him regain strength and maintain his weight. Robert was compliant and dedicated. He trusted his doctor completely and began drinking 1 chocolate-flavored nutritional shake with breakfast and another as an afternoon snack. The packaging promised 23 grams of high-quality protein and 26 essential vitamins and minerals. Robert felt confident that he was giving his body exactly what it needed to recover and stay healthy. But 3 months later, at his follow-up appointment, Robert's doctor was puzzled by his lab results. While Robert had indeed gained some weight, his blood sugar levels had skyrocketed. His A1C had jumped from 6.2% to 7.8%, officially pushing him into diabetic territory. Even more concerning, his triglyceride levels had increased dramatically, and he was showing signs of fatty liver disease. Robert was devastated. He'd been following medical advice to the letter, consuming products specifically designed for people his age with his health concerns. How could something recommended by his doctor be making him sicker? The answer lies in what nutritional supplement companies don't want you to know about these products. While they're fortified with vitamins and protein, they're also loaded with sugar, often containing 20 to 25 grams per serving. But here's the truly insidious part. Much of this sugar comes from sources that don't even taste sweet, like corn syrup solids and maltodextrin, which means seniors can consume dangerous amounts without realizing it. Let's break down what Robert was actually consuming. Each nutritional shake contained 23 grams of sugar, which means he was getting 46 grams of added sugar daily just from these health drinks. That's more sugar than in a 12-ounce can of Pepsi, and Robert was consuming this amount every single day on medical advice. But the problem goes deeper than just the sugar content. These drinks are also extremely calorie-dense, often containing 300–400 calories per bottle. For seniors who are less active and have slower metabolisms, this represents a significant caloric load that can quickly lead to weight gain, particularly in the dangerous abdominal area. Dr. Michael Rodriguez, a geriatrician who has been studying the effects of nutritional supplements on seniors for over 15 years, describes the problem this way. We're seeing an epidemic of iatrogenic diabetes in seniors, diabetes that's actually caused by medical interventions meant to help them. These nutritional drinks are often the culprit, but because they're recommended by healthcare providers, patients never question their safety. The marketing of these products is particularly sophisticated and deceptive. They're positioned as medical nutrition therapy, with packaging that resembles pharmaceutical products and advertising that features doctors and nurses. The focus is always on the protein content, the vitamins, and the convenience, while the sugar content is minimized or hidden entirely. Consider Margaret's experience. Margaret is a 72-year-old grandmother from Ohio who was struggling with fatigue and mild depression following her husband's death. Her daughter, a nurse, recommended nutritional supplement drinks to ensure Margaret was getting adequate nutrition during this difficult time. Margaret began drinking one vanilla-flavored nutritional shake every morning, viewing it as an easy way to start her day with good nutrition. She noticed that she felt energetic for about an hour after drinking it, which reinforced her belief that it was helping her health. What Margaret didn't realize was that she was experiencing a classic blood sugar spike and crash cycle. The shake would send her glucose levels soaring, giving her a temporary energy boost, followed by a dramatic crash that left her feeling more tired and depressed than before. This cycle was also triggering intense sugar cravings that led her to snack on cookies and other sweets throughout the day. After 6 months of daily consumption, Margaret had gained 18 pounds. Her energy levels were lower than ever, and she was showing early signs of insulin resistance. Her primary care doctor was concerned enough to refer her to an endocrinologist, who immediately identified the nutritional supplements as the likely culprit. The endocrinologist explained to Margaret that her body was essentially being flooded with liquid calories and sugar multiple times per day, overwhelming her aging pancreas and disrupting her natural hunger and satiety signals. The very products meant to support her health during a difficult time were actually making her sick. What makes this situation particularly tragic is that many seniors are consuming these drinks not by choice, but because they've been told they need them. Family members, often with the best intentions, purchase cases of these supplements for their aging parents, believing they're providing essential nutrition support. The reality is that the vast majority of seniors can meet their nutritional needs through regular food, even if their appetites are diminished. A scrambled egg with toast provides high-quality protein without the sugar overload. A bowl of Greek yogurt with berries offers probiotics and nutrients in a form that doesn't spike blood sugar. But the supplement industry has done an excellent job of convincing both healthcare providers and families that these products are necessary for optimal senior health. The truth is that they're often doing more harm than good, particularly for seniors who are already struggling with blood sugar control or weight management. James, a 70-year-old retired police officer from Texas, learned this lesson after a year of consuming 2 nutritional shakes daily. James had been using the drinks as meal replacements to try to lose weight, thinking that replacing lunch and dinner with controlled portions would help him shed pounds. Instead, James found himself gaining weight and feeling hungrier than ever. The liquid calories weren't providing the satiety that whole foods would have, and the sugar content was triggering cravings that led to overeating. After a year, James had gained 25 pounds and developed type 2 diabetes. When James finally stopped the supplements and returned to eating regular meals with lean protein, vegetables, and whole grains, his weight began to normalize and his blood sugar levels improved dramatically. He realized that the convenient nutrition he thought he needed was actually sabotaging his health goals. The science supporting this is compelling. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition followed 800 seniors for 3 years and found that those who regularly consumed commercial nutritional supplements had higher rates of diabetes, obesity, and cardiovascular disease compared to those who met their nutritional needs through whole foods. Even more concerning is research showing that many seniors become dependent on these liquid calories, gradually eating less real food and relying more heavily on supplements. This can lead to muscle loss, digestive problems, and social isolation as seniors withdraw from shared meals and family gatherings. The solution here requires more careful consideration than simply switching brands. If you're currently using nutritional supplements, it's important to work with your healthcare provider to gradually transition to whole food sources of nutrition. This might mean eating smaller, more frequent meals, or finding creative ways to increase the nutritional density of foods you enjoy. For seniors who genuinely struggle with appetite or have medical conditions that make eating difficult, there are better alternatives. Homemade protein smoothies using unsweetened protein powder, vegetables, and small amounts of fruit can provide nutrition without the sugar overload. Bone broth, eggs, and soft-cooked vegetables can offer easily digestible nutrition in forms that don't spike blood sugar. Now that we've exposed these three dangerous drinks that are masquerading as healthy choices, you might be wondering what you should be drinking instead. The truth is that the best beverages for seniors are often the simplest ones, but there are specific strategies that can help you stay hydrated, nourished, and keep your blood sugar stable throughout the day. But before we discuss these healthier alternatives, I want to address something that many viewers are probably thinking right now. You might be feeling frustrated, angry, or even betrayed. If you've been consuming any of these drinks regularly, you might be wondering how you could have been so misled, or why products that seem so obviously healthy could be causing harm. These feelings are completely valid and understandable. The marketing and positioning of these products is sophisticated and intentionally deceptive. Companies spend millions of dollars on research to determine exactly how to present their products in ways that will appeal to health-conscious seniors, often emphasizing benefits while minimizing or hiding potential risks. The truth is that our food and beverage industry profits from confusion. The more complicated they can make nutrition seem, the more likely consumers are to rely on processed products instead of simple, whole foods. When seniors feel overwhelmed by conflicting nutrition advice, they're more likely to trust products that promise easy solutions. But knowledge is power, and now that you understand how these drinks are affecting your body, you can make informed decisions that truly support your health. The goal isn't to eliminate all enjoyment from eating and drinking, but to make choices that nourish your body without sabotaging your blood sugar control. So what should you be drinking instead? Let's start with the most important beverage for senior health, water. I know this sounds almost insultingly simple, but proper hydration is crucial for blood sugar control, kidney function, and overall health in older adults. As we age, our sense of thirst diminishes, which means many seniors are chronically dehydrated without realizing it. Dehydration can actually cause blood sugar levels to rise because it concentrates glucose in the bloodstream. Additionally, when you're dehydrated, your body may interpret thirst as hunger, leading to unnecessary snacking and overeating. The key is making water more appealing and easier to consume throughout the day. Start by keeping a large water bottle or glass nearby at all times. Many seniors find it helpful to add natural flavors like lemon slices, cucumber, mint, or a few berries to make plain water more interesting. Herbal teas are another excellent option for seniors who want variety without sugar. Chamomile tea can be soothing before bed. Green tea provides antioxidants without affecting blood sugar, and ginger tea can help with digestion. Just be sure to choose varieties without added sweeteners. If you're currently drinking fruit juice regularly, try transitioning to sparkling water with a splash of 100% fruit juice. Start with a ratio of 3 parts sparkling water to 1 part juice, then gradually reduce the juice portion. This gives you the flavor you're craving with a fraction of the sugar impact. For those who rely on nutritional supplement drinks, consider making your own protein smoothies using unsweetened protein powder, unsweetened almond or soy milk, and small amounts of whole fruit. This gives you control over the ingredients and allows you to avoid the hidden sugars and additives found in commercial products. Coffee and tea can also be healthy choices for seniors, as long as you're mindful of what you add to them. Black coffee and plain tea have virtually no impact on blood sugar and may even provide some health benefits. However, adding sugar, flavored creamers, or drinking specialty coffee drinks can quickly turn a healthy beverage into a blood sugar bomb. If you need to add sweetness to your coffee or tea, consider using small amounts of stevia, monk fruit sweetener, or erythritol, which don't affect blood glucose levels. You can also try adding cinnamon, which may actually help improve blood sugar control while providing natural flavor. Bone broth is another excellent option for seniors, particularly those who struggle with appetite or need additional protein. Unlike commercial nutritional drinks, bone broth provides protein and minerals without added sugars. It's also hydrating and can be easily absorbed by seniors with digestive issues. The timing of what you drink is also important for blood sugar control. Having beverages with meals can help slow the absorption of any sugars present, while drinking sugary beverages on an empty stomach causes the most dramatic blood sugar spikes. Now, I want to address the question that many viewers are probably asking. What if the damage is already done? What if you've been consuming these drinks for months or years and you're worried about the impact on your health? The good news is that the human body, even at 60, 70 or 80 years old, has remarkable healing capacity when given the right support. Blood sugar control can improve relatively quickly when dietary changes are made, often within days or weeks of eliminating major sugar sources. Helen, a 68-year-old retired librarian from Pennsylvania, experienced this healing power firsthand. Helen had been drinking orange juice every morning and a nutritional supplement shake every afternoon for over 2 years. Her A1C had climbed to 8.1%, and her doctor was discussing insulin therapy. But Helen decided to make changes before starting insulin. She eliminated the juice and supplement drinks, replacing them with water, herbal tea, and occasional homemade smoothies with unsweetened ingredients. Within 3 months, her A1C had dropped to 6.8%, and her doctor was able to reduce her diabetes medication instead of adding insulin. Helen's experience illustrates an important point. It's never too late to make changes that can significantly impact your health. Your body doesn't care how long you've been making poor choices. It responds to what you're doing right now. However, if you're currently taking diabetes medications, it's important to work with your healthcare provider when making significant dietary changes. As your blood sugar improves, you may need medication adjustments to prevent hypoglycemia. The key is to make changes gradually and monitor your response. Start by eliminating the most problematic drinks first, then slowly introduce healthier alternatives. Keep track of how you feel, your energy levels, and if possible, monitor your blood sugar to see the positive changes happening in real time. For many seniors, seeing immediate improvements in how they feel can be incredibly motivating. Better sleep, more stable energy, reduced cravings, and improved mood often occur within the first week of eliminating these hidden sugar sources. But beyond the physical benefits, there's something powerful about taking control of your health through informed choices. When you understand how different foods and drinks affect your body, you can make decisions based on knowledge rather than marketing messages. This education becomes even more important as we age because the stakes get higher. Poor blood sugar control in seniors doesn't just affect energy levels. It increases the risk of serious complications like heart disease, stroke, kidney damage, and cognitive decline. By eliminating these 3 dangerous drinks from your routine, you're not just improving your blood sugar, you're potentially preventing years of health complications and maintaining your independence and quality of life. The changes don't have to be dramatic or overwhelming. Small, consistent improvements compound over time into significant health benefits. Choose one drink to eliminate this week. Find a healthier replacement you enjoy and allow your body to show you how much better you can feel. Remember Sarah from the beginning of this video, the nurse who discovered that her healthy morning drink was sabotaging her diabetes control? 6 months after eliminating fruit juice and nutritional supplements from her diet, Sarah's A1C had improved so much that her doctor was able to reduce her diabetes medication. More importantly, Sarah felt energetic and optimistic about her health for the first time in years. Your story can have the same positive outcome. The power to improve your health is in your hands, and it starts with something as simple as choosing what to drink. Make those choices based on knowledge, not marketing, and your body will thank you with improved energy, better blood sugar control, and greater confidence in your ability to age healthily and independently. The most important thing to remember is that you deserve accurate information about what's really in the products marketed to seniors. You deserve to make informed choices about your health without being misled by clever marketing or well-intentioned but misguided advice. By sharing this information with your friends, family members, and fellow seniors, you can help protect others from falling into the same traps that have ensnared millions of older adults. Sometimes the most powerful thing we can do for our health is simply to learn the truth and share it with others who need to hear it. If this video has opened your eyes to hidden dangers in drinks you thought were healthy, please share it with someone who needs this information. Drop a comment below telling us which drink surprised you the most, or share your own experience with drinks that seemed healthy but weren't. Your story could help other viewers realize they're not alone in being deceived by misleading marketing. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss crucial health information that could protect you and your loved ones from hidden dangers in products marketed specifically to seniors. Together, we can create a community of informed older adults who make health decisions based on facts, not marketing tricks. Your health is too important to leave to chance, and you're too smart to be fooled by products that put profits before your well-being. Take control, make informed choices, and give your body the respect and care it deserves after all these years of serving you faithfully.